Hey everybody, Rune the Gaming Dad from the ARK Trade Federation, and today we're starting a new adventure, taking it back to the days when I originally played ARK, and I played on ARK Mobile, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to start kind of a new game here. We're going to play on single player in the survivor mode, and I think we're just going to take it to medium, because that is kind of what it's like to play on official ARK. So we're going to jump in and change our name here. And let's just spawn in. Yeah, let's test out zone 1. That sounds pretty good. The island map is what's used on ARK Mobile, and it's how I got to know the island first. I can tell you this when I started playing before, and then I played on the PC version. It was much more lush of a terrain. There's no doubt about it. So when you first get into ARK Mobile, it does tell you how to do things, which is nice. And what we're going to do here is, well, and if you look on the top right hand part of the screen, it does kind of tell you what you need to do. That is the nice thing about ARK Mobile, is it does give you pursuits, which is kind of like missions, but it gives you experience, which is great. It kind of leads you on the path of where to start as we continue to punch a tree, just like you would in any ARK version. So let's just keep punching that tree and see where it takes us. All right, let's create our first pickaxe. Taking us back. So I'm throwing the pick in the hotbar, and there is, and as I equip it, there you go. You can, I have the hotbar kind of shown on the right. You can do kind of a slide version of it, but I find that a little more difficult to use. It does give you a little bit more of the screen, but I just find that too difficult to use. And as usual, let's gather berries and more berries and fiber and all that good stuff. We just keep diving in here, because I know we're going to need berries, and I know we're going to need fiber before it's all said and done. And there's more stone. Let's just keep whacking away. We'll hop in here and just... That's kind of the thing about ARK, no matter whether you play on mobile or you play on PC. It's an interesting start, but I know one thing we're going to need is flint to make that stone hatchet. But we're going to take this, we're going to make it a bit of a grind. I think I'm almost at the next level here. I think this dodo's going to have to be a sacrifice. Come here, little buddy. There it is. That's what we were looking for. That's that beautiful sound. And we're going to level up there. We're going to put our points into weight to start. It does have a very similar amount of engrams. It tells you exactly what you need to do. It's almost like a ARK starter kit. So this was really nice to have this version before I started to play ARK on Steam, because I could get the basics down. It says here on the right, it says drink some water. Another beauty of ARK Mobile, you just walk into the water and it drinks it for you automatically. You don't need to hit a button, you don't need to do anything, just hop right in. That's a level 15. We may save that for down the road, because if I remember correctly, one of the pursuits is to tame a dodo down the line. And that's level 15. It's going to be really easy to use, but we'll get a wooden club just to prepare ourselves. And as usual, getting into ARK for the first time as a new player, some of the resources that are hardest to get early, one of them's hide. Let's see. Maybe we'll make... Let's take a peek here. One of the things about... Yeah, you need to go. We'll get rid of that. So this dodo makes its sacrifice. Don't go in the water. Don't die in the water. Oh, die into the water. Ugh. Well, there's another level up, so that's nice. So just like in PC version of ARK, it is easy to level up. And I'm going to put points in the weight to start. They do have multiplayer versions of this game. I find the official servers to be a little crowded, and they don't give you the opportunity to build and tame enough. They have tame and structure limits, and most of them are pretty close to there. So, and what it tells you to do now is make a campfire. So we're just going to grab some stone off the beach and make our campfire. And let's put it right up. Let's put it right down here on the beach. Because in the beach and the water area is where I'm going to put the base. But let's just place our campfire. And it tells you exactly what to do. We're just going to throw some thatch in there just to get that fire lit and throw some meat in there. And there we go. And the nice thing about it is, if you see that cooking timer there, ARK Mobile does a really great job. It actually tells you how long it's going to take for each one of those things to cook. It also tells you how much fuel is left in there. It's really awesome. One of the things I wish they did in the original, or the PC version of ARK, is have that little timer. All right, a blueprint. Thank you very much. Cloth boots. We can go ahead and stop now. We've got a blueprint for cloth boots. We can go ahead and stop. Just pack it in. We're unstoppable. There we go. A little bit of cooked meat. Never hurt anybody. So it can be dull, and it can be tough, but it is ARK. No matter if it's on mobile or on PC, especially early on, it is gather, gather, gather. So we're just going to keep on doing that. Keep seeing these dodos all over the place. The only thing I don't want to run into as we kind of on this starter zone is a raptor, of course, but a dillo, because this early on, dillos can be a little problematic. Let's make some base armor here. So when you equip this armor, you hit that equip button. It does kind of show you all those things there, head and torso. So when you craft something, it does kind of put it in that bar for you to automatically equip from there, which is nice. Let me show you that little screen there. Okay, and there's our hatchet. There we go. Come here, you. Yeah, you're going to become a sacrifice for hide. Okay. That level 10 is going to be good. We're so close to level up, it's frustrating. We're going to need thatch. We're going to make... There it is. Definitely going to need thatch to make Thatch Foundations. There's no doubt about it. Cut down this tree. Let's level it up into weight. Let's see what engrams we got available. Let's take a peek. We always want that Thatch Foundation early. There we go. Now we can make that full cloth armor set. And it says here, return to camp. So let's zip our way back around. Where's that campfire at? If you can see the arrow there on the top left, it does kind of tell you where to go. All right. Let's get that level more into weight. One of the things I need early on is a bow. I may not use these points quite yet. It says we're going to do the take a nap pursuit, which means we're going to have to make a hide sleeping bag. So we're going to get that engram anyway. And we'll craft it. So this pursuit's called Take a Nap, and the reason why is because in the mobile version of ARK, you can sleep overnight. You can run it all the way through, but it does give you the option to sleep. But it has to be dark to do so. So it tells us we have to wait for nightfall in order to be able to sleep, which is fine. You can see there, if you try to go too early, it says it's too bright. So we're going to kind of make our way around and gather some more. So these, let's see, let's take a venture out. Sometimes on the other side of that little pond there is a spino, so we're just trying to keep our eyes peeled. Excuse me. All right, let's get rid of some of this stuff. There's a little bandana. And if I remember correctly as well, equipping a full cloth set is another pursuit. And more resources are needed. Welcome to ARK. Let's see. And there's the dillo that we worried about. We're going to chance it because we need the hide. It's a level 20. I'm going to stay on top of him here. It's the spit that I'm worried about. And looks like we got to him a little before that. So that helped. Just like in, if you played ARK on PC, that spit that the dillo has is just annoying more than anything. Come on, tree. Oof. And of course, fiber, and more fiber. And then got obviously narco berries as well. So, if it's the same kind of drop rate on bushes here as it is on other versions of ARK. It's kind of a rarity, but you can get seeds here and I've seen crop seeds that you can get there. So let's just go ahead and start making some of our foundations. The disappointing thing is early on, if you play in a different version of ARK, getting Thatch Foundations does give you a lot of XP to start. Unfortunately, here it does not. It's the pursuits that really get you going at the beginning. But it does also give you a chance to learn the game as well, and give you a chance to get the resources that you need, get the weapons that you need, get the armor that you need, get all those things. I think our stone pick here is about to go bye-bye. There it is. And the nice thing is with the hotbar, you just tap it, and if you have the resources, it'll auto-repair it for you. Or not auto-repair it for you, it'll repair it for you right there. Let's make those Thatch Foundations. Also, when you eat, it'll give you how much food value it will give your character. So it'll also tell you when your food's full, which is great. Gather on the way here. So I'm going to actually build the Thatch Foundations in the water, and the reason why is because there's two. One, when you hop in the water, automatically it'll drink for you. So as you're walking back to base, boom, you're full. But also, if you build out here, and you can take these Thatch Foundations, when we get to the point to where there's a raft, we can actually park the raft right at the door of the base and be able to hop off the raft and run right into the base, which is great. So this is by far this part. I forget what it's called. We got in here. Hey, some more cooked meat. We'll take that with us as well. Let's see. A little inventory here. I can't remember what this area is actually called. I think it's called the Footpaw, if I'm not mistaken. But it's one of my favorite places to build a starter base when I'm on the island. There's no doubt about it. It's not necessarily close to metal. Over there in the direction of Green Knob, not that far. Obviously, right across the lake there, or the water there, is a place where you can get metal. So it's a decent place to start. Eventually, we're going to need some metal here too. Let's make our walls. 14. Do we need 14? If we're going to go too high in a 4x4 base, I think we actually may need 15. Well, we'll just craft them all. And make our way down. I'll swap them in the hotbar so you can't put building, when you create building walls or foundations, ceilings, you can put them in the hotbar as well, which is great. That dodo's just tempted me to kill it. I'm saving you, buddy. I'm saving you for down the line. It's gonna be worth it. You can see the Thatch Foundations look like they're floating in the water there. So worth it in the long run. Building here can be a tad tricky, just because you don't have the kind of control that you have whether you play on Xbox, PS, or Xbox, or PlayStation, or on PC. It's a little tricky, but at least it tells you which direction those walls are facing. Go. There it is. And we've got one more wall, and I think let's see, we still have to wait for nightfall. Let's get a little snacky snack. Cinderias, of course. It's one of the things early on in this little area, the footpaw, that can be a little bit problematic. Also on ARK Mobile, you saw me pass it up there, but you do get silica pearls if you are in the footpaw to start pretty early, which is nice, especially when you need to create electronics early on. And these river rocks are always known for giving a little bit of metal, which is what we're going to need. There we go. There's a little bit. Because we're going to need, excuse me, we're going to need 10 metal just to make the metal ingots for the smithy. And then we'll need some more metal ingots to make the metal tools. And then we can really start to take off here. Another great place to build in the starter zone is across the bay there. You can do something very similar, which is building in the water. Let's get some more rock out of this. 12 metal ought to do it to start. And we're just kind of waiting for nightfall here. And of course I get metal out of this with a hatchet. Usually it's the pick, but we're getting lucky here. Early on, getting a pteranodon or that early flyer is going to be something that we're going to want to get to, and getting the keratin or the chitin or the chitin is going to be pretty tough. I'm going to have to find some trilobites before it's all said and done. Let's see here, mortar and pestle. So you can do a storage box early. What I like to do is actually do the mortar and pestle because you can fit some resources in there. It kind of works as a little small storage box to start, and you can create your narcotics at the same time. Gotta love drinking water, just walking into the lake. It's great. And you can see here when you sleep, it does take away food and water, so you want to make sure you're kind of stacked up beforehand. And there we go, another level. We've slept not all through the night, of course, because you only sleep for, I think, 4 hours in the sleeping bag. But let's see, we're going to need the roof for sure. We'll need the doorway for sure, and the mortar and pestle. Yes, sir. And I want that bow and arrow to start early. Okay. There you go. You can see those silica pearls you get early, which is really, really nice. So we need a little bit of hide, of course, to make the mortar and pestle. Let's see if we can get lucky and find another dodo, just to get us the hide we need. And we're parched, so in the water we go. And of course it's dark, so it's harder to see. And we'll chomp our way a little bit so we can get rid of the hunger. Dodo, dodo, dodo. Oh boy. I think I know what that is. That is a dillo coming our way, and we need to repair this hatchet if we're going to go for it. Here he comes. Oh, nope. Well, as I said earlier, the dillos are dangerous, but no guts, no glory. It's only 11:15, so we're going to stay on it here. Ah, he turned on me. Ah, there's the spit. Got the eye herps. Okay. And that guy hurt a bit. You could tell. Hurt us a bit. But it did give us enough hide to make the mortar and pestle, and we can make our doorway. Right. Let's head back to base and drop that bad boy off. ceilings as well. A little bit of wood, a little bit of thatch. Whew. Let's say that tree lasted a while. Put the mortar and pestle in the hot bar so it's easy to place when we get there. And of course, fiber, and fiber. It's interesting that all these have names, like the Zamia bush, and there's just a regular bush. And always gather on the way back to base. And a banana plant, which you doesn't give bananas that I know of, but there we go. We'll get some ceilings in there. I want to get that fourth ceiling and cover this thing up. We'll throw those in the hot bar and get back to base because we got a big gaping hole there. Here's our mortar and pestle. All right. Let's dump some resources in there. Definitely the metal for sure. The flint. What else? The meat so we can spoil. Yep, need that. Silica pearls we'll keep for later. And in the next level we'll get narcotics. Oh, I need the thatch door. How frustrating. Well, let's go get the engram. Throw our ceilings on first. There we go. And place it. Put our wall above it. Let's see, there's our door. And one more ceiling, and we'll have our first little base. There we go. We got the first base. Alrighty. Another level up. I put all my points into weight to start with, just because it makes it a whole lot easier down the road to be able to carry metal. Let's see. There's the bow. What do we need? Of course we need fiber. And I'll need to level up again to get the arrows, but such is life. And daybreak dawns. Less naked's the next pursuit, and that I'm assuming is going to be all the cloth armor. So we've got some cloth armor to go. I equip a full cloth set. I don't think we need this sleeping bag anymore. You can click the demolish button there, hold it down. That'll give us, I think, some stuff that we need. There we go. We get a little bit. We'll equip that. Just a couple things to go. All right. As usual, early on, more fiber. Jungle fern. That was the other one I was thinking of. Gather, 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 gather. Okay. Get the shoes, get the shirt. Yes, sir. And like I said, when it gathers it, boom, you can equip it straight from your kind of equipped items there, and bingo. Once again, we can quit right away. We got a cloth armor set. We're good to go. All right. Oh, hey. Some pink boots. Some pink booties. What do we got here? Oh, wow, there you go. There's armor for days right there. There we go. Now we got the arrows and the narcotics. I know we'll be able to get the trank arrow for a while, but that Pteranodon is just calling my name. And, of course, we need the bola. We may be able to knock that out with a wooden club, but we're going to need the bola engram first. Gather that fiber for arrows. So this series is going to be kind of it'd be an adventure for one, but it's going to be, I think there are some people, they put videos out and things like this, they will kind of give you kind of a highlight reel. I'm going to show you the real grind of a game like ARK. This is going to be exactly how it is in real time here. Bring on the primitive bow, sir. How about the arrows? What do we need for the arrows? We'll gather on the way back to base, because I think we need the flint that we put in the mortar and pestle. Into our little domicile we go. And we can create the narcotics we can craft as well. Get those cooking. And transfer our flint, and let's make some arrows. Ugh, a hole too. More resources required. And there's our tame dodo pursuit. Yes, sir. I had a feeling that was coming. Luckily, we can knock them out with a club or fist, so we won't need trank arrows for that. Going to need that thatch. Six still isn't enough. Come on. I like having a lot of arrows to start. Now we're cooking. There we go. All right. So let's head back to base and call it a day. Just wanted to say thanks for watching. If you like it, please like the video. And if you would, consider subscribing to the channel. We'd really appreciate it. We're getting close to our first plateau of 1,000 subs. And we'll see you all on the next video.